This is Logan from Logan's Voyage. Today we're at the War Museum in Siem Reap, and I don't know what that says, but small arms. We're gonna wander around and see stuff and try not to fall into other stuff. Ooh, this is very cool. Look at this shit. This may be broken into several small sections, as I also want to get some pictures of this stuff. But I wanted to, they got little seats. That's amazing. When you fire this, then you know what God feels like when he's firing one of these. Yeah. Nifty. T-54 tank. I know that's Russian, because I studied that kind of shit. And let's see, 36 tons, blah blah blah, 50 kilometers an hour speed, 4 people, 4 guns, and from Cambodia, 79, destroyed by a local mine in 94 by the Khmer Rouge. It's pretty big and impressive. Scary as shit to see one coming at you, but this one appears to be mostly held together by rust. Looks like it must have blown the track off. The only downside to tanks, once you get the track blown off, you're fucked. Essentially what we've got here is a big field filled with rusting shit. So it's interesting rusting shit though. See, this one's track's okay. We've got the place almost to ourselves. Let's see what this is. They've got little signs here. And DM2, can swim, armored car. And it's open for the really adventurous who want to go in to see it, like snakes and shit live in there. You can do it. I'm not curious myself. Here's what it looks like on the inside. As with all World War II era armored stuff, small and cramped. That's the word for it. Let's go look at the choppers. Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper! And of course the bathrooms, very good. Big and impressive. Now they do offer free tour guides to this $5 place, but I know free doesn't mean free. And I wanted to wander around myself and do my own commentary. Look at that. I'd like it if you could get up and climb around in these, but it's pretty much the refuge of spiders and stuff now. And honestly, they don't look all that stable. So I'm not going to do that. Plus, I don't know if I'm athletic enough to get up in there. Doesn't look like it's going to take off. Whee! Look at the size of it. Huge. This looks like an old MiG. I'm not an aircraft expert, but I used to know quite a bit about Russian military shit. Guess why? Didn't know shit about our own sides. Awkward. Little jet action there. Tires have all gone flat, no big surprise. Close up on the gears and stuff. No, it's not big enough to hide inside of one of these. But these can be used as handcuffs if you really need to. Chopper's better. Get to the chopper. Back to the rusty stuff. See, you're getting to walk around in real time here. Yeah, check this out. See how the wing's missing, or the rotor's missing part of it? Oops. Somebody got to the chopper. I'm also curious to see if YouTube really stables out this stuff. No, I'm not just looking at the world through a camera lens, otherwise I'd be falling over stuff. Just holding it up and hoping it all works out for the best. Anti-airplane gun, USSR, yeah. And discovered in '98 at a battlefield, West Siem Reap province. So if you positively, absolutely need to take down an aircraft, bad God, get you one of these. They got them for sale cheap here. Oh, and here we got small arms. Small arms is always my favorite. I'm not so clear. Oh, that's an old one there. Look at that. A little drum action here. Lovely. Big barrel. And like everything else, they always like to have their pictures up so you can see. Oh, and yes, we have to carry shit around manually or by elephant. You know, if your army's using elephants, you're in trouble. And of course, military broom, very important. These things are so badly maintained that they're pretty much just falling apart. Yes, I'm sure I could pick them up and stuff if I wanted to, but don't want to get in trouble with locals, and I think they're spying on me. Yeah, they're totally watching me. I recognize some of these guns, but I don't remember the names. Ah, this is an M16. I definitely know this. Know how to fucking disassemble it and reassemble it. Although I don't think I could do it in the under 40 seconds time anymore. But this one was only dropped once. Little drum action here. I'm betting they kick like a wild bitch too. This green thing, I have no idea what this is. Maybe flare? Something? I don't know. This is some sort of rocket launcher tube. Size comparison, it's not all that big. Ah, this here is American built. That's called a thumper, Vietnam era. You load it in a single cartridge here, and it goes dunk, and something would explode on the other end. No clue what this is, but this looks like a box made to throw bullets. So yeah, this stuff is in horrible condition. And then under the table we've got all different shells and stuff like that. Mortar shells, they look like. It's nice to know what you're doing with weapons, even though you can't name them all. If I could, then I'd just be a total badass, but I'm not that cool. Military benches, I'm not going to sit on because they do also look like they may collapse, especially under my fat ass weight. Ooh, 85mm artillery thing here, Chinese. Big boom. Big boom. And in case you've never seen how big a 85mm shell is, it's this big, and here's the size comparison. And I'm right next to it. So big, not huge. I think I'm getting quite a bit for my $5 worth, honestly. $5 admittance charge. But, oh, I farted. Oh. Okay. Whew, I stink. This looks like pineapple grenade. Oh, this is, no, these are booby traps. And all the fun people get maimed off of them. This thing, when you hit any of these, this can make it go boom. Pressure activated boom thing here. And they got, of course, all the pictures of the people who have been maimed. That's the problem, is that if you plant a bunch of landmines, they don't fucking go away at the end of the war. This looks like a kind of a crude claymore mine. This is a bunch of little stuff that creates shrapnel, and usually it says front toward enemy, but maybe it says it there. I can't tell because it says please don't touch, so I'm not touching. I wasn't touching anyway. I have some respect. This one I recognize. This is the famous pineapple grenade body used by World War II US. This is a different kind of fragmentation grenade. This looks like smoke canister grenade, but I'm not sure on that. They always are looking for money. Big explosion thing. Lots and lots of shells. These might be like the old potato masher grenades here, but I don't know how to make a machine gun work in Cyrillic. That's Russian for those of you who don't understand. And a big boomstick. Behold my boomstick. Horrific pictures. Ooh. This photo is the bones. The Khmer Rouge killed in a grave we found at 1979. So I'm guessing in that year, as opposed to a place called 1979. Or the song, of course, called 1979. And their anti-aircraft gun. Here's some mortars. We were talking about the mortars earlier. Great diversity in the ways that people learn to kill each other. These are mortars. This one here fires water bottles. But generally you just stick something down the tube and then it causes it to fire and it comes out again and flies somewhere else, explodes and kills motherfuckers. As far as I understand, there's a lot of bans on landmines and stuff, but I think even the US still uses them, like on the Mexico border, because we hate the Mexicans, but I love their food. Yes. Don't know what this is. Maybe some sort of charger? Don't know. The hats, the sandals, even they use sports sandals. Entrenching tool. Folds down into an inconvenient shovel that's a pain in the ass to use. Bomb fragments. That's the thing about landmines, is that you know if you bury them, in a few years children will be finding them and playing with them. Sad. The remains of gas masks. These things are highly disintegrating. That's a good word for it. What the fuck is this? Apparently it's a rabbit giving directions to a guy with a scythe about landmines. Saying, watch out for landmines. Although I would have been saying, oh shit, it's a talking rabbit. They've got it roped off here so I can't go see the uniform, but this is what landmine detection gear looks like. A little metal detector. Problem is that they got onto the metal detectors rather early, so some of them are only made of like wood. Another boomstick. Another boomstick. Bad when you find the sign and you are in the middle. And they've even left some mines in here. Yeah, Logan fucking caught that. Of course, that one isn't really well hidden. But anytime something's roped off, you don't go in and say, oh yeah, check this out. There's a wide variety of tripwires and all kinds of fun shit. Anti-personnel stuff. It's all a lot of fun until somebody gets their head blown off. And feel bad for the guys who are landmine detectors. They got all kinds of them. There's also a landmine, for those of you who aren't familiar with landmines, called Bouncing Betty. And what it was is you trigger something and it would cause something else to fire up. Like, might be something that looks like this. Can you see the line leading off of it? Going to another one. Here, I'll come in close up on it. Okay. What would happen is it'd bounce up to about crotch level and literally blow your balls off. It was not made to kill people, because if you wounded somebody, 2 other guys get to help carry him back. So you've taken 3 guys out, as opposed to just killing one. Everybody goes, there goes Joe. So, and what's over there? More guns. Starting to think this is about the right size, because after a while seeing all these big guns, you kind of get gunned out quick. Big gun, no tires, sad. Now, for those who don't know, or whatever, when this fires, it goes chunk and racks down onto here, and that's where new shell gets spit out. And then they put in their one stuff, but the whole top of the gun moves back and forth when it fires, because it's trying to make a point. The point is die. And here we have the ceremonial, unnecessary, strange pond with those lily pads. That's it, what frogs like to sit on, lily pads. Not Lilliputians, lily pad. I can hear the drums beating from the restless natives. I kind of cut through over here. Yes, I am looking for fucking landmines as I do this. Oops, I found instead a fence, but circumvent. Oh, I'm trapped. I'm trapped. Back this way. Okay. No circumventing the... Oh. Wow. If that was a landmine, I'd have been totally fucking blown up. Alright. Yes, I hit a fucking wire. Only Pete can see everything. I am just a normal mortal. Pete sees all. That's Pete Hurley, for those who don't know, the Australian dude. Fucking Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, he sees everything, I don't. It's like, how could you miss that? Sir, I can miss something this size. Give me a break. It's always a little depressing wandering around a war museum. Not because, don't get me wrong, it's not depressing because they're not currently using this stuff to kill each other. It's depressing because, oh, maybe it's a little depressing for that, but no. It's mostly depressing because it's always the kids that find like landmines. If it wasn't for landmines, if it was just big guns like this, it's doubtful a kid could hurt himself unless he really tried and maybe read a manual in Russian on how to operate it. But landmines just stick around like herpes, and they never just kill somebody. No, they get to maim them. If I can find the right kind of half track, I got a clever story about one. T-54 here. It's a Soviet-made tank. And they even tried to write it in fun things. All right. I think it's either the Russian BMP or Russian BTR. This is not one, but it'll be useful for my story. They had, back in the 80s, at about here, midpoint, they had an escape hatch. And there was a whole bunch of tires, yeah, it was tires, so it was a BMP. Yeah, and they had an escape hatch there, and the problem was the Russians were trying to get it made to work while it was moving. Needless to say, motherfuckers kept getting run over. Oh, those crazy Russians. And so, that was only a twig, that wasn't a landmine. But they apparently lost a lot of people in the testing of this. We call it a training accident in America. As you can tell, the inside's been stripped out. There's even a lovely pile of dirt in there. So, not much fun for driving around now. Yep, you definitely get your $5 worth. This thing just never ends. It didn't look all that big when we pulled in. I was a little disappointed, but after walking around it for a bit, yeah. Well, it's a couple of our tourists kind of despondently walking around. These have big shells. Yay. What's this? Well, I don't know what this is, but it's got optics. Look. Oh. Let's see if it still works. Oh, it totally does. Got little crosshairs so you can see a range. I mean, it's not really set up for my eyes, but I'm not going to sit here and fucking adjust it. But it still works. That's cool. I like interactive displays. Oh, here's a close-up of the fucking rabbit. Talking to some other dude. Look, there's a sign for landmines over here. Don't go. Don't go. Holy shit. A talking rabbit. What the fuck? Dude, the landmines. I'm gonna take you and sell you. Ha 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 ha. No. Different kinds of landmines. Nasty, nasty pieces of work. Also, some landmines are made so that when you go click on them, they don't blow up immediately. That way, the guy out in front doesn't get killed while his buddies falling behind do. Extra fun. Over here, landmine detector. I feel really nervous using this. Oh, it's my tuk-tuk driver. He's gotten in somehow. Yes. And shreds of cloth that used to be something. Bags, something. Ah, stick hand grenades. There's the one I was talking earlier about, pineapple grenade. Rifle grenades. This also can go in the thumper. Fuses of mines. Bomblet. Artillery shells. Things that shoot out and then sprout the little wings. Landmines. I don't know what an MLN-50 is, but I'd call it a Claymore landmine. Fuses. All kinds of very nasty shit in here. And if you'd like to see the people who are maimed or hurt by these things, it's really amazing lazy because they come looking for money. So, all the time. Yeah, I'm not extremely sympathetic. Alright. Well, that's pretty much it. I'm going to work my way back over because they, of course, have an overpriced drinks thing. Look at the prices and see if I want to pay them or not. 10 people, 2 guns. I think you can have a beer for $2 here. Sitting around the warehouse of death. Okay. And since we found the drink shop that ends our tour of the War Museum, Siem Reap, from Logan's Voyage, this is Logan. Enjoy.